What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cap over here, and welcome to week 8 of the R.E.D League as we're taking on the Kansas City Cubones. Fun fact, they're season 1 champions, so they're sort of a big deal. Just a bit. But the reason why this is also a post-commentary was because I goofed up the recording. And by that, I mean I sort of deleted both the team builder and the live recording. So yeah, I figured I'd sort of throw that all under one bus. But if you want to support the channel and all of this nonsense, be sure to support it by subscribing or liking this video or doing both. That'd be awesome. That'd be incredible. I'll talk a bit about the team. I'll analyze his team. So just a quick analysis over here. Infernape, hurts. Thunderous, ouch. Mega Dino, super fat. Lantern, still super fat. Exadrill, pointy and hurts a lot. Starmy, super fat. We've got my Drapion over here, which is here to draw out the Exadrill, because, you know, it's too easy to click Earthquake. And once I get a Sword Stance, Exadrill is pretty much donezo like dinner. Yeah, that's not too shabby. We've got our Choice Scarf Mamoswine because Choice Scarf Mamoswine hits everything on his team. I'm a bit scared of Infernape because of Match Punch. It doesn't have Ice Shot for that reason, because Icicle Crash just does a lot, or Earthquake does a lot. Icicle Crash actually does a decent amount to a Starmie. I think it is like a 3-hit KO or 2-hit KO. If I get Rocks, it's a 2-hit KO. We've got the Automatize, excuse me for pronouncing that, or my pronunciation. We've got this +2 light Mega Aggron. It's sort of tanky, it's got some speed. It has enough speed to outspeed the Infernape, but spoilers, I don't know if it will have enough speed to outspeed Thundo, cause, you know, I calc that stuff and I double check it. I'm good, guys. We've got Hariyama over here, who's just here to be super fat, wall a bunch of Pokemon and do a bunch of damage. We've got Jellicent, who is the premier wall of this team. This Jellicent is going to be a pain to deal with. And we've got our Choice Spec Rotom, because Choice Spec Rotom hurts a lot of things on his team, and it does a decent amount, plus I can get some Volt Switching action. So let's get this battle on its way. As I figured, hey, Rotom Heat is my best option. It can do a lot of damage, it can do something, and we've got a really awesome start turn 1 over here, so I'm just going to go for Overheat. No point of over-predicting. I know Lantern's in the back pocket looking pretty scary. And I'm just going to go for Overheat over here, as Overheat does 28%. Not bad to a Lantern, not bad at all, but this means he can go for either a Volt Switch or a Scald, at which point I'm switching out, and I'm going into Hariyama over here, because Jackie Hans has the nice hands, and he's got the Assault Vest, I believe, too. So he does about 14%. I'm looking pretty good over here. And I know he's going to go into the Mega Dino, because Mega Dino is just too sweet of a check. And I did not pack Poison Jab on this thing. I'm sort of regretting it, but hey, what can you do? I'm going to go into Skull Crusher, because Skull Crusher apparently walls this thing if it doesn't have Fire Blast. So I'm just going to go into Skull Crusher, which means I can get up my Mega Evolution right away. And I figured, hey, he's going to switch out. There's no way he's going to stay in. And heaven forbid me for making predictions. I got to learn from that. I should have just gone for the Heavy Slam, as this thing packs Fire Blast. And I'm blown away by this, because I did not know this thing has Fire Blast. So what turn are we on? Turn 4, I'm looking pretty bad. And he knows I have Heavy Slam, so I'm going for Heavy Slam over here, because I do not want to over-predict. And he ends up going to Starmie, predicting the Earthquake, as I get a crit over here, and I do a decent amount of damage, 39%. I did get the crit, which is a bit lucky. Thankfully, the RNG gods are in my favor today. Just a bit. They're an interesting breed up there, as we're gonna go into Apple, because Apple totally walls the thing, and I can only allow him to set a 1-layer spike, because I have no defogger on my team, and which means I can just go once again for Overheat. I can try to get as much damage as I can on the Lantern that's incoming. I knew this thing was coming in. I just want to keep on getting damage off, because it's a Choice Spec Rotom and Stab Fire, which means, like, just from 2 hits from that, 48%. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I'm not going to click Volt Switch, because that's just too ballsy of me. I'm not that much of a man to click Volt Switch knowing the Lantern is around. So I'm just going to go into my Jackie Hans check, and this thing doesn't have Guts. It has Thick Fat, because I was a bit worried about his Sneasel. His Sneasel is pretty scary to my team. And what do you know? He doesn't have it. So Jackie Hans gets burned over here, and I'm like, oh boy. This is not good. Jackie Hans is pretty much useless, and I don't have Poison Jab, nor do I have Facade, so Mega Dino over here is gonna look fat and pretty, and it's just gonna simply stall me out. there's no easy way of putting this around. This Mega Dino is just too much for me. As you can tell, it only does 8%. That's incredible. Jaggy Hands can take hits for days, and this is the first time, spoilers alert, that Jaggy Hands will not get a KO. The reason I'm going for Ice Punch is because I want to freeze this thing. I'm digging for the hacks. If I can get the flinch, alright, that'd be pretty cool. 10%, what is that? 10% freeze, that's pretty nice. So Jaggy Hands is going to go down, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to draw out the X Drill. We got to make a play over here. We got to take out something. I'm going to go at +2. +2 attack, which means I can totally take out the X Drill, and I'm like, alright, cool. Falling for my trap, nice. Now I just need him to go for the Earthquake. I'm at +2, I can take out X Drill right away, and what do you know, he clicks the Earthquake. I'm gonna eat my berry because I'm hungry. Midway through the battle, I was dancing with swords. What can you say? And we take out this huge threat. The X Drill was potentially the biggest threatening mon on his team because it gets scarfed, and it destroys so much of my team. I think it was scarfed. So at this point I'm like, way to go Dora, you did your job, good shit, good shit. And at this point he goes for the Wild Charge, which is a bit shocking to me, haha, and pun intended, as I'm going to go into Ray Romano, and there's absolutely no reason why I would go into this thing not knowing that it is Scarf. So Thunder is physical, I'm surprised. Icicle Crash will do enough damage to a point where it's a 2-hit KO. That is impressive, that is not bad. So I know I can get some big damage on something. If Lantern comes in, he doesn't know that Icicle Crash is going to be doing a lot. And I end up taking up the Starmies, so I'm like, yes, way to go, way to clock your first KO. I think it's your first KO. It's a couple KOs maybe. Way to go to clock your KOs into this battle. As I'm going to send out Sir Hammerlock, and I'm like, alright, this is a great opportunity for me to reveal my Trick Room, or to recover, or for him to bring out Thundurus. And if he brings out Thundo, I can Trick Room and Acid Armor, which means I'll eat up anything that he does to me. Plus I've got the Cold War Berry, so I can scout for the knockoff. And at this point I'm like, alright, this is sweet. This is a good situation. I'm going to burn this thing. I didn't call the burn on this turn in live commentary, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. So as you can tell, I'm not water absorbed, so that sort of sucks that it sort of sucks that I revealed that, which means he can go for Scald and sort of spam that. And I'm going to switch out because I know he has to go for a Thunder attack. I figured he'd go for a Thunder attack, but he ends up going for the knockoff, which sort of works out in my favor because Ray Romano in the Trick Room is going to do a lot of damage. I'm faster than this Thundo, I'm faster than Infernape, and there was no way I was not clicking this nice Icicle Crash. It's too easy, it's too nice. I don't have Ice Shard on this Mon, so that means I won't be outspeeding this Infernape, so I gotta switch out. I'm predicting his Match Punch. There's no reason for him to go for any other move. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm just gonna sort of, this Match Punch is, I'm not gonna eat it up, it's just gonna go through me. Like, what's that? Pretty much, right? So at this point I figured, hey, could I just set up what could I set up? Some recovers, because I thought Thunder was going to come out, and then I'd sort of play that game again and, you know, sort of roll the dice, see what happens. Pretty much do stuff like that. But he ends up going for Volt Switch. I knew that Lantern is just way too passive, and I can eat up the Thunder attack easily, and be still at a good position. And I figured this Adino doesn't have Toxic, so at this point I'm feeling pretty good, feeling absolutely stunning, because I can outstall this thing. If he brings out Thundo, I already got a +2 defense, and I can potentially get a +4, so Wild Charge is going to be doing absolutely nothing to me. Pitiful damage, as he's going to try to fish for a knockoff over here. I think he's going to go for knockoff, and I don't think this thing has any special attack, so I'm like, I'm in a really great situation. I'm just going to go for Scald. He's at 52, and I'm like, cool. I'm going to recover because there's no point of going for anything else. Thundurus is too big, is being walled right now. As he reveals over here, he has Volt Switch, and that does 57%. Oh my gosh, that does so much. And once again, I disabled his Volt Switch, so this tells me that he's an interesting set. That's all it tells me, and I'm pretty scared because I could potentially lose to Thundo because I don't have anything that outspeeds it right away. My Mega Aggron is really low. And yeah, I'm not looking pretty hot at this point, and I need to wear down this lantern or make it reveal something. Thankfully I do get the burn, and he's not getting any burns over here. I'm gonna speed this up over here because it's a bit stally at this point, because I figured, hey, I want to get this pull one lower down. If he's just going for scalds, that's fine. If he gets the burn, that's totally fine, because I can outstall this thing. And Jellicent is just looking pretty fat over here. Jellicent is looking pretty fat. Jellicent also with Scald can potentially burn the Thundo, which means he doesn't want to bring that. It pretty much KOs Skarmory, and Mega Dino can't do anything, so he's locked into this battle, which means he has to go for rest. And reveal over here that he could potentially have the rest Sleep Talk set, which I love it on Lantern, but right now I'm not liking it because it's scary. It's really scary at this point, so I figured, hey, this is my chance to switch into Ray Romano, just because he could potentially land a Scald, and if he does, then that sucks, because that means I have to put it to chance. Thankfully, he doesn't, and I'm looking pretty hot, which means I have a free opportunity to go for the Earthquake, or Icicle Crash, or something like that, because Earthquake pretty much takes it down. And I end up going for Earthquake because his Thundo is way too big, and it makes sense. If his Thundo comes in, that's fine. Icicle Crash does 24, and Earthquake does 29. And I'm like, why didn't I just click Earthquake again? And we both sort of misplay over here. I click Icicle Crash again, predicting him to go into Thundo. Thankfully, I get the flinch, so he might have gone for Fire Blast over there. Thank you once again, Hacks Gods. You guys are the most interesting breed up there. So I'm just gonna go once again for Earthquake, and I'm waiting for this Adino to go for Fire Blast, because I misplayed hard in that one sequence, but thankfully he doesn't go for Fire Blast. I can take it out with Icicle Crash safely, because Icicle Crash does a decent amount of damage to Infernape, Lantern, or anything like that, which means I have to switch out again. I want to save this thing for Lantern just in case, or Death Fodder just in case, as I can just go right into Rotom Heat, as he's just going to go for a knockoff, and I'm like, wow, that does a lot of damage. I'm pretty scared of it. I'm pretty scared. And he's just going to go for a superpower, predicting something over here. But I'm like, that's actually okay, because he's losing a 10% from Life Orb, which isn't bad. And I can just send out Skull Crusher, who has not seen the light of day since taking that Fire Blast, which means I can set up my I can't really pronounce, Automize. Anywho, I'm faster than this. He ends up not going for Match Punch, which I think is rather interesting, because Match Punch would have done a decent amount. And this is where it sort of bites me in the butt. Over here, I legitimately thought I would outspeed, and he outspeeds. So if he had just gone for Match Punch and superpower, he actually would have beaten me to the pulp, or it would have been a really close. So that's where it becomes a bit shaky, because I sort of miscalced, and I didn't calc my speed to outspeed the Thundo, which at this point I can get the victory over here, as he just clicks nothing. He didn't click Sleep Talk, so at this point I can get the GG, and Mega Aggron can have a mini sweep. So really good battle. Some weird plays happen over there, but at this point we're still undefeated, which is incredible. Still not expecting that, and I hope you guys enjoy this battle. And I'll try to upload something. I guess I would have uploaded something on Saturday when I usually have my team builders. Once again, I apologize for my clumsiness of deleting things and whatnot. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. This is Cap, signing off.